Good morning, everyone. If there's even anybody in here yet. Steve and I were going to do some building. I need to send this on to some others. I'm in the process of building a roundhouse for the layout. This one is a model masterpiece. Colorado Midland roundhouse, the one I'm doing here, and you can kind of see the top of it here. I'm working on the roof. I'm waiting on some more basswood for that. But in the meantime, I got all the walls erected yesterday. I need to touch up the paint around the sides where I filled in the gaps of the dental stone with the extra dental stone that they give you in the kit. So I think I'll do that now while I'm waiting on the basswood to get here. Hey, Jerry, good to see you. Would you like to join? Here, hang on a second. I'll, if you want to, I'll do this. No, not that. This is what I need. Put it in. I'll just put it in the description. Anybody that wants to come on, we can get a few people on here. I'm not sure how many we can do. Paste. There we go. There you go. If you'd like to hop on, feel free. If not, that's okay too. Steve is at the hardware store. He's getting something, a tap or something for his American that he's working on. He's not done anything with his model railroad in a while because of that, but he's trying to get it ready for the triennial at Train Mountain next June. And he's got a ways to go yet. He's done a lot, but he's got a ways to go. Anyway, I can hold this up and you can kind of see it a little bit better. This is the front. Hold it the right direction. It's always backwards on the camera. That's the right side. The left side had the buttress on it. And then the back is like that. Now, this was a standard gauge roundhouse. I'm going to use it as a narrow gauge roundhouse. But the Colorado Midland was standard gauge. And I just happened to have the kit. I got the kit on eBay for a good price. And these are really nice kits. I love working with the dental stone, other than it breaks easily. It makes for really nice looking rock work and stuff. Now, my good friend here in town is working on the, if I can get a piece of that over here. He's working on the Como roundhouse that's in Como, Colorado. Now, it was a narrow gauge for the Denver and South Park and Pacific, but it's going to look like this. And I don't know if the camera's going to show that very well. This hasn't been weathered or anything yet. This is one of the walls to the Powerhouse that was attached to the back of the roundhouse. It's a little bit smaller roundhouse, and they're actually in the process of refurbishing that roundhouse in Como and laying some more tracks. They've already redone the turntable and stuff. And then the Colorado Midland one that's in Colorado City, they've made it into like a restaurant and shopping mall, or something like that, shopping venue, and kept the old stone walls and stuff on it. So I think it's there. It may be the one that's in Colorado Springs that they did that way. I can't remember where the location is on it, but I know it's one of the Colorado Midland roundhouses that they made into a shopping venue and restaurant kind of place. I think Toy Man did a little deal on it on his channel a while back. Him and his wife went over there and did that. But I like these kits. Like I say, they're kind of like working with hydrocal, so they take paints and stains really well. They're easy to glue together. They'll take almost any kind of glue. I used actually to put this together, I used a combination of Aleene's tacky glue. Oh, here it is. Fabric glue. And I like this because it's like white glue, but it dries a little faster, sets up a little quicker. But I used a combination of that and what did I do? Oh, there it is. And E6000. This stuff is like Walther's Goo or one of those that you've seen at the hardware stores. Hardware stores or craft shops. It's crystal clear, and it holds really quickly. So it works good for tacking without having to use CA. I'm not crazy about using CA on the dental stone. But anyway, I've got to touch up the paint around this thing. And I had to let it dry. I got this together yesterday and got it all filled in, all the cracks filled in, but I had to let it dry before I could come back in and go back in it with the paint. Okay. What am I going to do with my paint? There it is. Nothing like being organized for a show. I started with the little slate gray, and this is just acrylic craft paint. Yeah, from Hobby Lobby or a craft store. I started with that. I painted the whole thing with the craft paint with the gray. That was the first coat that went on it. It's the same color you see on top here, although this has been weathered up here. But I start with that gray. And there again, I need a paper towel with me. Always keep a paper towel handy. That way, if I get too much on it, I can blot it off. But this was the gray that went down and went on everything to start with because I wanted it to be the mortar. I like to work kind of backwards to what a lot of people do. And you can't really see this, but I put that on there and then I just wipe off the face of the brick or the stone that's on here. And then I'll go back over it with the burnt umber, which is not burnt umber, burnt sienna, I think. Yeah, burnt sienna is the color I'm using on this. Gives a good brick color, a warm brick color. But let me see if I can't show you what this does. The corner doesn't have any. I'm gonna sit and drop this now. Watch me. Okay, here you can see, probably on the phone camera a little bit better. This is the patching areas that I did, but I'll come in and I'll just put this gray wash over it, and that dental stone will suck it right in. Now I'll go back over the top of this with a little more, a little more paint than wash, and then I just come back in on that. And I wipe off the face of the stone. And we'll let that dry, and then I'll come back in with the burnt sienna on that, and it'll blend right in. But this will get down in all those patched areas I did. And look like mortar when we're finished. But I'll put the burnt sienna on it, then I'll go back over it with the black wash I'm using. And the black wash I'm using is kind of interesting because it's not really a wash per se. It's not the acrylic. I'm using a dark charcoal powder, and I'm thinning it or making the wash of it with the stain that I like to use on a lot of the wood and stuff. It's the weathering mix. I've shown this on the show before. Let's see, this might show better. The Hunter line. This is a creosote color. It's fairly thin India ink solution, and so when it dries, it doesn't leave a lot of its color behind when you put it on paint. It works great on the wood, but on the paint, over paint, it doesn't. But it works good for a wash medium. That actually needs stronger paint than that. I'll get that here in a minute. The slots you see here in the center of the floor of the roundhouse are where the inspection pits are going to go. I'm just going to put two. I'll put two in each roundhouse. Both these roundhouses are going to sit in my yard, the same yard, which should be pretty interesting. One of them is smaller, so it'll hold the C19s and the galloping geese. Okay, I think that's all the touch up on the outside. There's the spot. Famous last words. Now, what I did, the floor of this that's sitting on is 1/4 inch MDF, which is similar to hardboard, but almost impossible for the Colorado Midland because the Como Roundhouse, because the Como Roundhouse sits further into the yard than this one. This one's going to be right on the edge, but it still would have been too hard to build there. And there's Stevie.
Stevie, good morning.
Can you hear me, Steve?
Loud and clear.
I can't hear you. Why can't I hear you?
Because you never do.
Hang on a second.
Because you never do.
I can't hear you. Now can people hear me?
I can hear you fine.
You could hear me before?
Yeah.
Okay, I just couldn't hear you. I just didn't have the speaker. I'm using to get around that sound issue, I'm using the laptop to do the mic and everything.
Okay.
I needed the phone. The phone's just the second camera.
Well, good morning, Jerry, Lee. Why are you naked? And Bernard. I don't know why I'm naked.
Hey guys, I knew Jerry was here, but I got my head down. I got to talking and kind of.
I just went and spent $150 on pipe fittings, all in one little tiny bag.
Damn, dude.
And
hate to see you shop for shoes.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, bro. Had to get a pipe tower. a tap too. I broke a 540 tap yesterday. Those things are tiny. Oh my god. Where'd that food anyway? I threw it on the floor. You got quiet all of a sudden.
With me?
Oh, there you go. Okay.
You were talking.
Okay. Want to make sure you're not having technical difficulties.
No, I don't think so. Well, not once I got set up. You should have seen me trying to get set up in here this morning.
Oh.
It wasn't fun.
Oh, I got a lot done on this thing, Claude. Oh, shoot. Look, I got this, I got my brass plate all cut to fit. And my hole.
Oh, yeah, you showed me that.
Did I? Okay.
Showed me the brass plate.
I got the hole cut, too. That was fun. That was a really fun project. And my trucks are supposed to be here today, coming UPS, so that's exciting.
Yeah, they get there.
Well, they said they're out for delivery. I guess we'll see.
Did I tell you about the Amazon delivery Brenda got the other day? We were here. I happened to be in the office, is why I knew he was there.
Yeah, they ring the door.
They were barking at something. The guy puts the package on the front porch and doesn't hit the bell. Didn't ring the bell. And I said, how come you didn't ring? Well, I went out. He was getting in the truck. I said, how come you didn't ring the bell? And he goes, well, we're not supposed to because of COVID. And I'm like, that's a stupid thing.
Yeah.
You touch the package, but you can't touch the doorbell.
Well, you know, COVID's a strange thing. You know, it'll touch some things and not touch others.
It'll make people stupid, sort of.
Well, yeah, we can talk.
We'll probably lose the channel for that comment, but I don't really care.
Oh, yeah. They've got bigger fish to fry than us.
Yeah, I would hope. Got all that. Now, see, I'll come back in. The insides, I want it to look like a gray plaster, and of course, I've got the slit kind of done up on it. This up here is going to be covered with the roof, and that won't show. Now the front will show a little bit. Some of the front will show, but the back won't show at all.
Let's see. Okay, so we'll do that later.
Did I tell you? I didn't tell you, Steve. I broke the sidewall on this thing.
No.
I was putting it together, and I had stuff sitting up here, and it fell over. Well, it fell over. The back end of it hit on top of something that wasn't a 1/4 inch high, and it snapped it at the window. You can't really tell it. I mean, it glued back together just fine, but it's.
Well,
that's mad when I did that, because here I've been fumbling with it all this time and hadn't broke anything, and then I was getting ready to put it on the board and broke it.
Why Are You Naked wants to know, Claude, what's the manufacturer of that kit you're working on, or is it custom?
This is a model masterpiece kit, and they made, I don't think they're around anymore. You can still find the kits and stuff on eBay. I've got the Como kit, the Como Roundhouse also here. I've seen that Como Roundhouse in the deluxe edition, which I think is 6 bays. It may be more than that. Mine wasn't the deluxe deal. Mine was the 3 bay, and then I bought another add-on kit, another 3 bays to add on. The one I'm working on right now is the Colorado Midland Roundhouse, and it's got 1 addition on it, but you can get, there's the 4 bay roundhouse, and then there's 4 add-on kits, I think. So you can make a pretty good size roundhouse with it. You can only get them, as far as I know, on eBay or someplace like that. I don't think they're manufactured anymore. And that Como Deluxe Edition one was like $450. I got these for less than I think I paid less than 60 for both of them, but I can't remember. It's been too long ago. Let me grab a box of the company.
Hell, this morning's too long for me to remember.
Okay, now this is a smaller kit that they make, but this is kind of, I put that phone where it's right in the shadow. Let me get this up so we can see it. Model masterpieces, and if you'll type that in on eBay, it'll bring them all up. And like I say, just you have to shop for a price that you want because they can be pretty pricey. It's like they make all kinds of kits. This one's a concrete pier, bridge pier, which is pretty plain. And it comes with that. It's a pretty simple one. That one wouldn't cost you very much. This is the Lego Powerhouse. And you can see how beat up this box is. The bottom's all caved in on it and everything. Let's see if I can get it here. I haven't had this one out in a while. But gives you all the wood parts to it, the plastic windows. There's the bag of dental stone material so that you can fill in the cracks and stuff after you get it put together. And there's the walls and some white metal cast parts. And like I say, they just make a really nice looking kit when you finished with it. They make turntables. They've got a 50-foot turntable and a bigger one. Oh, they've got a short line engine house and shop with an ash pit. They've got some of that kind of stuff too. So, like I say, they make nice kits. The only problem is, like I say, the problem with them is they're not manufactured anymore, to my knowledge, and it makes it hard to find them, and makes the price go up. So, but if you shop around and you're patient, you can find one because they keep coming on. They keep coming on eBay. You know, people have had these. They get them from estate sales and everything else, and so they keep showing up on eBay. And of course, what you want to pay for it or what you end up paying for it is completely up to you. Whether or not you want to pay the price they want for it.
I hear you're having an Indian summer out at your part of the country, Claude. Nice weather, huh? I don't hear you now. Now I hear you.
Now you hear me?
Yeah, you got real quiet there it got silent.
Ah.
Now I hear you're having some nice weather there.
Well, we have had, and like I say, the last couple of nights it's been pretty chilly. But it's supposed to warm up again this weekend, and then one day after the weekend, Saturday night or Sunday or something like that, it's supposed to get cold again for one night and then warm back up again. So I don't know. You know, it's Oklahoma. You never know what's going to happen here.
Yeah.
Anyway, what this is, I'm just taking these pastel chalk. Well, they're not even pastel; they're just chalks. And taking the dark one. It's not black. It's almost like a burnt umber or something. It's dark brown. And I just take a razor blade and shave off the powder. into something, and then this is what I'll mix it with the creosote stain to weather the inside of the walls. And it makes for a nice worn look on that, what would be a plaster or concrete finish on the inside.
Hey, Claude, who is our next guest that we were getting on?
It'll be Anthony from the
That's right.
Georgia Sun Belt, but he's not probably going to be on until like the first of the year.
Okay.
He had some commitments that he had to take care of and stuff, and he was afraid it was going to be too hard. Although I saw he put up a update yesterday on his layout, but he didn't want to commit to being on the show until he knew he had plenty of time to do so.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to catch up on his videos. I haven't seen him in a while. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 12. I got 20 holes I gotta tap.
Have fun.
Yeah, especially since this is a very small 540 tap, and the hardware store doesn't have any more, and I already broke one.
I don't know if you guys will be able to see this very well, but that's painted on there. Doesn't have to be pretty. And if it's too much, I'll rip my finger. Yeah, got into that. Paint needs to be dried a little more. Figures. The only bad thing about using this mixture is because it's an alcohol base. If the paint's not dry, good and dry, it'll try to take the paint off if you rub it too much. But rubbing it with my finger after the fact gives it blends it in really well. So, and the grimier, if I want to place a lot more grimy, I put more chalk on the brush because the chalk will stay behind.
Watching me tap holes is like watching paint dry, right?
Yeah, kind of. Except I'm not watching you, so.
That's good. I probably should go in and get Gus and bring him out here. There's no telling what he's doing.
Fair enough.
Oh, he found a piece of, I had a piece of basically charcoal fall out of my wood stove yesterday onto the hearth. It's no big deal. But I left it there and forgot about it. Gus had it. He had charcoal scattered all over the house. Anybody want a Frenchie? We need some background music.
Yeah, if I turn on the radio here, I won't be able to hear anything.
Hey, what'd you think of the Shouters doing that Christmas song? That's my favorite Christmas song. I get
Yeah, it was good.
For Christmas. Yeah, Phil.
I know my favorites because it's true.
Yeah, Phil wrote that one. Phil's awesome. He's retired from the state now, but he worked with my wife for 22 years. He is absolutely the best harmonica player I have ever heard.
The other nice thing with this making this weathering solution like this is I can just leave it in here and set it over here, even if it dries, which it'll do pretty quick because it's alcohol. But then when I want to use some more, I just re-wet it and continue on.
I really need to do an update on this thing, but I've been too busy.
Yeah, I actually have been taking some pictures of the build while we were doing this because I need to do an update too. I've been really remiss about that.
Well, I've got quite a.
It's been 3 months since I've done one.
Oh crap! Then yeah, definitely. I think I did my last one a week ago, and I got a lot done since then. Don't anybody switch from N scale to 1.5 inches?
It's a little bit of a gauge jump in it. Well, that's way too much paint, dummy.
Well, I'm running out of time. I still got, let's see, December, January, February, March, April, May. I still got 6 months, but it just doesn't seem like enough
But
time.
it'll go fast. It'll go fast.
Let me check chat. Let's see what's going on. Bernard's got a question. Hey, Joe Rader. Hey, we got John, Grandpa Rails. We got John, our favorite pilot, too. How are you guys doing? We got another John Schuylkill River Valley. We got lots of Johns today.
Kind of like a house of ill repute, aren't we?
Yeah, which reminds me, I got to go to the John. Let's see.
Be sure to tip your waitresses.
Let's see. Are those JIC or NPT or flare fittings dollars anymore for sure? No, they're just a lot of half-inch unions and stuff, but they'll run about $3 to $5 a piece. I got a bunch of them. I'll probably have to take some of them back because I'm not going to use them all. I got a lot. I was telling Claude, I am not looking forward to the plumbing on this. The mechanical part I can deal with. Because I've got 1/8 inch copper tube, 1/4 inch, 3/16 and 5/16. That's a lot of pipe on a little train.
Well, Steve, this was the smartest thing I did on this build, was putting this thing on this hardboard. There's MDF.
Good for you.
Because otherwise it would have been a bugger. Excuse me.
Well, I'm going to go in and get that little four-legged butthole. I'll be right back. If I don't come back, that means I'm cleaning up a mess.
Okay. No, got that all done. Let's see, except I need to. So you roll those right. I'm touching up this window and door. I stuck my finger through picking them up one day and punched them out of the hole. I'm trying to get that back. I'm not real particular with if everything looks perfect on it, because I have found in my experience, the more you mess with it, the less real it looks. That's probably just me, but sometimes when you have an imperfection on something that's supposed to be old, especially if it's stone or something like that, the imperfection actually looks more real than if you try to fix it. It's like when I broke that side, this side right here yesterday. It made me mad that I broke it, but it was easy to put back together. And you can't even see the crack, but if you could see the crack, it would look like a natural settling crack on it. So I don't worry too much about breaking the stone. Okay, that looks pretty good. I think I can go to the next step.
I sent a message to Tim this morning to see if he wanted to come on, but my guess is he probably won't.
Hang on, Steve. Sorry, but I can't hear anything when that water's running.
Oh, that's okay. No, I said I sent a message to Tim Park to see if he wanted to jump on today, but I doubt it. He's been rushing to build his tender on his mogul.
Hey, Roy. Roy's here too. Bernard's here.
Which Roy? Container Man Roy?
Yeah, Container Man's here.
Hey, Roy.
Okay, now. I'll let that dry now. I don't know if I showed everybody this is what the inspection pit will look like. I'm sorry, that's not a very good place to have that. Get it very close.
Hey, you were in Lodi. Back in Lodi again. Stuck in Lodi again. Yeah, you drive through Lodi, you blink and you miss it.
There it is with the rail in it. And they will sit in I'll have two of them in this roundhouse, and they'll sit in there like that. Of course, they'll be recessed in that hole, but that's where those will go. I am going to make the roof on this removable, Steve.
Okay.
So that I can come back in later and detail it if I want to.
That's a good idea.
I'd really like to wood plank the floor on this thing, but man, that's going to be a lot of work. A lot of planking that would have to go in there. But you know, the roundhouse in Durango has got planking in it, and some of it had burnt down. Oh, back in the 80s, I think, they had a fire and burnt their roundhouse. But they kept the exterior walls and built it back, kept as much as they could. This kit takes a lot of fitting, shimming, sanding, filing on the stonework to get it to fit like you want. But there again, is if you're not super particular, which I'm not when I build something like this, if it looks good from a distance, that's what I'm after. It's not too hard to do. But it can be made to fit perfectly if that's what you want. To me, like I said before, I think it looks better, looks more natural if it's not perfect. But I also don't want to look like it's a 3-year-old put it together.
I know some pretty smart 3-year-olds now.
Well, I do too, but you know, Brenda's supposed to be bringing me some more basswood from Hobby Lobby.
Are those big mouth basswoods or small mouth basswood?
Well, I used some smallmouth. They were only 4-inch, but she's bringing me some 6-inch, so it's largemouth basswood. I got 2 pieces to put back in there, and then I'll be done with this. This had a tar paper roof on it, the original. I'm not going to do that. I'm gonna use some sandpaper like I've done on some of my other structures. Let's see if I can find a piece of that right quick. I may have to buy some more. Yeah, that's green. I don't want that. That's too heavy. There we go. This is actually, this is browner than what I wanted. Let's see if I've got the light colored one that I had before. Well, I'll show you this one. This is, like I say, this is a little darker. I've bought this before, and this is a 220 grit sandpaper. But I've bought this where it was even lighter than this. And then I use that creosote stain on it, and it gives it a really good look. Some of my other buildings I have this on it. And I like the way it looks, so I think I will do that on this. And of course, I'll cut these into strips and then put them on there and then stain it once it's on. But I am going to make that roof where I can take it off. It'll also facilitate if you have a problem with an engine inside and you can't get it out. These doors are so small on this that If you couldn't take the roof off, you might be in trouble trying to get it out of there, because there is not a lot of clearance on these doors.
What's chat saying?
If I know chat, they're talking amongst themselves.
Well, let's see. They're talking about gauges.
Gauges?
Gauges. How many gauges? Like Roy says he's got so many gauges. He was asking John, 2618. Looks like. Yeah, they're talking technical stuff. Toggles and switches, dials. Nice.
Oh my.
Toggles, switches, and dials. Oh my. Well, I'm going to have, let's see, 2 gauges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 valves. And a lot of plumbing.
14 valves.
Yeah.
Mm.
4 of them are just on the tender. Well, actually, speaking of valve, that's why I'm tapping all this crap on here, because I've got to put 2 water valves, one for the injector and one for the crosshead pumps, and the bottom of the valve comes out under the bottom of the tender right into the 2 side frames that I'm going to have to cut. So I've got to reinforce this front with a bottom plate so that I don't break off the front of my tender. That's what all these holes are for.
Well, what I did with my clamp. Back here on the messy table, probably. Yeah, that should work. I hope. I use this one. So if I mess up the paint, I just touched it.
That was good. Three more to go. Hey, we got 13 people in chat. Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought I was the only one that didn't have a life.
Well, I figured I was going to be out here all morning anyway, working on this thing.
Yeah, I was planning on being out here doing this. Like I said, Brenda's got me pre-retired,
That's pretty cool.
so I won't be doing a whole lot of work anymore.
It's pretty good when your wife can say, you know what, you're retired now.
Yeah. Well, it's because she doesn't want me disabled. And after I worked all day last Thursday, I could barely walk. My knee was so bad. But anyway, at least that's what she says. She wants me to be able to travel.
Probably wants to keep an eye on you.
Yeah. I don't think she really has to worry about that too much anymore. Be like a dog chasing a car. I couldn't drive it when I got there. I caught it.
Hey, John, there's an airport in Chiloquin right next to Train Mountain. If you want to come in June next year, you can talk your boss into coming down there and riding trains.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Okay. The one drawback to these kits are the instructions, and it's not because they aren't comprehensive. It's the fact that the printing's so damn small. There you go. Read that.
Oh, nice.
I got to change that light. It's in a bad spot. So I'll stick it over here on the other side. One more. There we go. Now it'll be shadowed behind it. So, anyway, you can kind of see, there's my finger, so you can see how small the writing is in it. It is all there, but it can be hard to see. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to build these. I didn't do those yet. Oh, I know what this is. This is the map of the Colorado Midland Roundhouse in Colorado City. You can see where the roundhouse is right here. And they had a pretty extensive yard there. Which now this was a standard gauge railroad. It wasn't a narrow gauge. So I'm going to take some liberties with that and change it and make it a narrow gauge. But wrong ones. That's the one I kicked on the floor.
Sweet, I got all these tapped and I didn't break it. Okay, bottom plate.
I forgot to make my roof braces for the add-on kit. The regular kit on this Colorado Midland Roundhouse is 4 stalls. The add-on's 2 stalls. And I put one add-on kit on it to give me 6. So I need to build my my roof supports for the add-on part of it. And it sounds like my basswood's here. My wife was kind enough to be right by Hobby Lobby this morning when I realized I needed more basswood. Say hello.
Hello.
Thank you. Yes, this will work.
Yes, it doesn't. It's not easy to find.
Was it not in the back there?
Yeah, where it's marked 1/16. Yeah. No.
Well, that's because customers tend
I
to
know.
pick it out and put it somewhere else.
I know. So.
But yeah, that'll work. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. So, okay. Anyway, I got to make one set of these and one set of these, which should not be too difficult to do. I lost sound. Can you hear me, Steve? Steve got muted, or he muted himself.
Sorry, I forgot I was dremeling. I forgot I muted.
Oh, can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
Okay. What are they talking about? They sent me in a shoot from my boss. I did start bare bones hydrocol kit, just the four wall. Picked it up in auction with some other stuff. The structure is 15 to 20 and has 15-foot tall front doors. Cool.
Oh, I gotta tap these stupid things.
Hey, John, take care.
Bye, John, whichever one you are.
Schuylkill River Valley.
Schuylkill River. See you later, John.
Daniel can hear me. I'm sorry, Daniel.
Hi, puppy. Hey, does you butt. Oh, I forgot to drill that one hole. Holy crap. That was stupid.
That's why we call you Steve.
Call me Steve.
I like pizza, Steve. Okay, so what movie's that line from?
Oh, did you ask me a question?
Yes, I did. I said, what line was that movie from? What movie was that line?
You're gonna have to say it again.
I like pizza, Steve.
I don't know.
I want some more pizza. Multiplicity.
Never saw it.
Oh, you have never seen Multiplicity with?
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I have. I have.
Yeah. Well, number 4 is the one that he likes pizza. Looks like I wanted to. Another sander. Ooh, oh. That was rather rude.
Got your Christmas tree up yet?
Me?
Yeah.
I didn't do it. Brenda put it up. Her and the kids usually put all that stuff up the day after Thanksgiving, but we were out of town. We were all out of town. The family was with us, but so it didn't get done. She did it this week, or part of last week, part of this week.
I hate putting up Christmas trees.
Well, I don't do it anymore. My son helps her with it. I would put the tree up. We found a really nice artificial several years ago. And I would put the tree up and then put the lights on it, and then they would decorate it. But I don't even do that anymore. My son does it.
Is that you getting texts or me?
Oh, I think it's Brenda's on her laptop here because I'm using her laptop.
I'm like Jim Carrey. I'm Scrooge. I like the whole meaning of Christmas. Now that the kids are gone, putting up lights and the trees a pain in the ass.
Oh yeah. Well, when we moved out here to this house, because the roof line is so high, it's a 2-story house, and we have really high gables and all that stuff. There's several little, and they're mostly yard companies, that do yard work and stuff, but they put up lights in Christmas time. So they come and put them up in about 30 minutes, if that long. They send like 4 guys with ladders, and they've got the suckers up there in no time.
Speaking of ladders, man, I heard sirens like crazy about 2 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
And I looked online at our local fire department. They sent 3 stations and 10 trucks to a reported house fire. It's right next to an elementary school that my kids used to go to. It's only a few miles away. And they got there, and it was a house of Christmas lights. And somebody turned it in as a fully involved house fire. Jeez.
Must have had a lot of lights on it.
Man, I want to go see it now.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Okay, I'm going to drill a couple holes. I'm going to make a little bit of noise. Actually, I only need to drill
Steve, is that frame cast?
Yeah, it's cast aluminum. I'll show you what I'm doing here in a second. I had one more hole I had to drill and tap. Okay. This is what I'm doing, Claude. This is
Hang on.
okay.
Now
This is the top deck. This is the bottom of the front. And I've got to cut this frame member right here and on the underside right there, because these hang on a sec, let me find my valve and I'll show you if I can find it.
well, his piping goes right down through that frame.
Yeah, it's my tender. I got two of them and I can't find either one of them. What did I do with those? Oh, crap. There, okay, here's one. They go through right here. See this? This sits like this. About right there. And this valve has got to sit right here. There's one on each side. And of course, it goes right through this frame member right here. So I've got to cut it right here. And I don't want to lose the integrity of this aluminum. So that's what that plate's for. Plus all the plumbing that goes in here, and that's going to be even harder. That's going to be fun. Okay. So now I have to find out where I'm going to drill this. I also got to drill a hole through the bottom for the tank, for the drain. Right. Tell you what, wood is a lot easier to work with.
Yes. This is true.
Yeah, brass is easy, boy. Stainless is a pain in the ass.
Oh, your naked had to go. Have a good one.
Bye. I wonder if my multi-tool will work to cut
Had to use that sucker under a lavatory sink. Good thing I had it too, otherwise I couldn't have got the job done.
Yeah.
I won't even try to explain what I had to do because the way they did it was just ludicrous. But it did surprise me. Crawl up under a lavatory for a living and you'll see all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, pulling your own toilet's bad enough. Pulling somebody else's, no thank you. What is happening with chat? Let's see. Do. Run outside.
Roy, I'm not sure. I'll ask him when he comes back. In fact, I'll put it up there. Maybe we'll see it when he comes back in. Eve, Roy's got a question.
For me?
What's the riding weight limit for that steamer?
That's a good question. It depends. If you're going flat, it'll do fine. It's the grades that are the issue. Probably realistically, 2 people. Well,
He's gonna
me and 2 others.
Roy, he's going to test it out when I get up there.
Yeah.
He's going to get me way the hell back away from anything, and then he's going to try and go up a grade that he can't get up.
Yeah.
My big butt on the back of it, and I'll have to get off and walk.
Yeah. Well, it's happened before where you got to get out and kind of push. But no, I think.
Should I bring the frog snot with me?
I think it'll be fine. Not too. We'll see. Time will tell.
Might need to put some in there.
I don't know. They had a guy at the Sacramento club. They did a Christmas thing last Saturday, so they had a bunch of steam engines running down in Sacramento, and this one guy was pulling. He had himself and 6 adults, four cars, 6 adults, and he had a little 240. The thing was no bigger than this, but their track is pretty level.
Yeah, I would think if it's level, once you get rolling, you wouldn't have too much trouble.
Yeah. Okay, that.
Roy said he wants to know how much weight he has to lose to ride it.
Oh.
I'm in that same boat, Roy.
Well, you better start now, Roy.
And Bernard says, I'll be pushing. He says, he's telling me I'll be pushing. What I'm afraid of, Bernard. I wouldn't be much help with my feet and my knees and my back. I'm wearing a back brace right now. I'm sitting in this chair just so I don't hurt my back again. It's finally feeling decent after 3 weeks of being in convalescent care.
Well, Tim's going to be up there too with his train, so we'll be double heading a lot. So weight shouldn't be much of an issue.
Yeah, because his train will pull quite a bit, won't it?
Yeah. So I mean, a lot of times we go out together, so I'll just go ahead of him, and if we stall out, he'll come up behind me and give us a shove. Okay. That might work. Yeah, he's building a pretty big tender. He's building a Vanderbilt for that thing. Yeah, those trucks are coming in 2 packages because they're too heavy for one.
I would imagine. They're just going to drop them at the fence too, aren't they, or the gate?
Yep.
Probably just push them out of the truck as they drive by.
Probably. Okay, well, that's where it's going to go, right there. Yeah, 2 trucks together, those are probably easily 40 or 50 pounds.
Well, I would think.
Yeah, probably not quite that much. 35, 40 pounds. I know they're heavy. These boxes and just the castings weigh a ton. I need something that diameter. That's close. Okay, John, do you have something I can use?
Just put that anywhere. Don't be bragging, Roy. Roy's bragging about how much weight he's lost.
I've lost 15 pounds, actually, speaking of that.
So we're gonna slap both of you.
It's the first time I've been under 200 for quite a while.
I can't remember the last time I was 200. Well, I can. It was 2006, and I'd been working on. We had a outrageously hot summer that year. I was working outside every day for 2 weeks. I dropped 20 pounds, 2 weeks. In fact, I went to the doctor thinking thinking might be something else causing it.
Well, I know what was causing it for me. A little bit too much Miller.
You lost weight?
Yeah.
It makes me gain weight, man.
Well, I get rid of it, and I cut way down. Okay, now comes the moment of truth. Oh, God. Plus, I figure riding this thing with a belly is going to make it even harder. So I figure maybe if I could lose a little weight, it might not be so bad on my back.
Well, that's true.
So I've got ulterior motives.
Yeah, I'm sure mine's not helping my knee or my back.
Okay, I've got to set up and make a couple of drills. Well, we still got 9 brave souls in chat. God, this thing's getting heavy.
Hey, Roy Elfin just showed up. Hey, Roy. Hey, Roy. Did Shannon get a hold of you? Evidently, I didn't read up high enough. I tried pinging Shannon on Facebook. Still don't know. I sent him. Of course, he's dealing. Down there where he's at, they're having a time with stuff the government wanting them to do and everything else. So he may be where he's just beside himself, I'm sure. Or heck, he may have pissed him off and gone in jail. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know, Roy. I can't tell you. I wish I could. I don't have that information. Steve, do you have the list of people that was going, all the boxcars were going to?
I do not. I have no information at all on that.
We'll need to get that from Shannon next time we get him on, because
yeah, I haven't heard from him in a while.
I haven't either. And Roy sent an email to the moderator page, and I sent a message to Shannon that he had done so, and I guess Shannon hasn't seen it or hasn't taken action on it. And I don't know what to tell you, Roy. Just sit on it for now, I guess, until we get the information.
Gotta go lower than that. Shit. You guys can't see what I'm doing, can you?
Hey, Roy, that was the N scale, correct? N scale. Okay, that was the N scale boxcar. And last I heard, Sparky had the HO boxcar, and I don't know if he's sent it on. He may not have the information either.
You know, it would really be good if I clean the shop up. I might be able to move around in here.
Oh, that's no fun, though.
It's getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah. About time.
Oh, I've only just begun. Except I'm burning up my step drill.
Oh, your step bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My other one.
And that's not good because those things aren't cheap either.
No. Well, these are Harbor Freight because they're.
That's why you're burning it up.
Yeah, the ones I wanted were like $100.
Yeah. I don't know. That's what I was thinking.
Okay, let's try this. Oh, that's because I'm going through 2 plates. That's why.
Roy said, mute that racket.
I could do that.
Yeah, I should have muted him, Roy. I'm sorry.
I'll mute myself. I just got to find my bit. It fell out. No, I can't find it. How do you lose a 3-inch step bit?
Drop it on the floor.
Well, where did it go?
Or set it down or hold it in your hand for that matter.
There it is.
Did I give you a clue?
No, I need to clean things up because stuff falls and I can't find it.
I know.
And then I set it down and I can't find it.
Yep. That's the way I am. Be right there next to me. That's what I can't find it.
I'll mute myself.
I was gonna put pizza in for lunch. Do you want me to wait or do it now or
Wait a little bit. Don't mind.
just?
Okay. I don't know if you heard that, Steve. I'm getting pizza for lunch. I can't believe it. Oh, it's not lunchtime yet here. Well, I guess it is for old people. great. Stick to that. That's what I get for thinking. Okay. Done with roof sports. Time to finish the roof. Decking, anyway. Just take one piece of this. Well, that'll almost do it by itself. Okay, so I'm going to do another piece of wood. There it is. Yes, what enough, you know. Remember, Steve, if you want to talk, you got to unmute yourself. Oh, that's going to work just fine. Yeah, that'll work better. Got to clean that up after I patched all the cracks last night. This would go right like that. Just like that. Come on now. What I'm doing here is taping these together, and then I'll take them off and I can flip it over and fold these, use the tape as a hinge, and that'll allow me to put glue in the joint, and then when I fold it back together, they'll stay together. So the glue sets, which won't take very long. This is an old wing sheeting technique that I used to use, that we used when we built airplanes, built the model airplanes. Glue the wing sheeting together like this. I'm gonna do this off camera, but I kind of get the idea. I can take and fold it. I'm not sure that's showing. I can fold it like that, put the glue on the joint, and then when I fold it back up, it'll already be together, lined up. Of course, it works better if you have enough tape on there to hold it together.
Also helps if I turn the mic on.
Well, it depends on anybody wants to listen to you or not.
Oh God, that was a fun project. Jesus. I've got one more hole to drill for the drain, and I'm not sure my step bits are going to handle it.
Not going to make it through.
I don't know. It's only got to be 3/4. Okay, that fits good. That fits good. Okay, so flip it around.
You try using some oil with it.
Oh yeah, yeah. This thing is full of smoke. It's just like the cutting fluid smells really good. Okay. Now to find out. Gotta keep these valves clean. Last thing I need is stainless filings in that valve.
Yep.
What's chat saying?
I do not know. I'm not in position to see it.
Shannon, we were talking about you.
Is Shannon in here?
Yes, he is.
We got some bones to pick with you, boy.
Yeah. So it's Steve Anderson. Hi, Steve. Daniel Banks. Who else we got new?
Well, he said he thought he'd say hi and bye. Shannon, if you're still here, Roy Eltham needs the information where to send the N-scale boxcar next. And Steve and I need that information too, all of it, so we can pass that on when they ask us about it. Hopefully you're still in here.
Hell, I got to drill a hole in the floor too. I forgot about that.
Although Shannon did send me a funny picture. I'll have to get it saved to my computer, and I'll send it to you because it's pretty funny.
Don't fall.
Just throw it down, Steve. It doesn't matter where it goes.
No, it's one of my valves. I can't be dropping that. And you saw it here live.
It's going to be hard to do there.
No, I take that back. I've got more than that. I've got one. Oh shit! I'm gonna end up having to get another set of step bits. I don't think it's gonna.
Maybe does it.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, Container Man says, "Oh my God, it's the bad hair dude from down under." Well, Shannon hasn't answered you, so he's probably not in here.
Well, he said he thought he'd say hi and bye. So if he did that at the same time, he didn't stay very long.
He's a coward. He didn't stay long enough for us to harass him. That's cowardly.
Curtis.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be Shannon. Oh, that's how I would do that.
Now, what did I do with my marker? Where's my marker? Perfect.
Oh, well, perfect, Steve.
Well, almost perfect. I tell Brenda to get some lunch out here. I'm hungry.
She came and asked me when I wanted the pizza. It's only a little after 11 here. That's wrong piece. Dingleberry.
Sounds like a steam engine.
Choo-choo.
Sounds like you're running one of your trains. Yeah, see, the reason why those step bits are so cheap, they're one-time use and throw away.
Yeah. Well, they're Chinese.
Yeah.
I wonder if they make their military stuff like they make their tools that they sell.
Probably not. Let me over here. There. You know what this stuff smells like? You remember the old Lionel trains and the smoke?
Oh yeah.
It smells like that, kind of.
Electrical sparking.
Open the shop. It's freaking smoky here.
Sometimes I'm so good at even making it. Hi, Les. Don't listen to these guys. They don't know what you're talking about. Well, I was finishing the roof, boy. And everything I had to do that with was over there. So, but I got that ready to go now. I can cover that. Put the framing on it. Then I'll be able to take that off. We just mute Steve. Anyway, yeah, that's why I was over there out of the way. And Les, since you came in late, I'm in the process of building one of the roundhouses for the layout. This is the Colorado Midland roundhouse, but it's going to be on my layout. That's what I've got done so far. And the inspection pits will go in the 2 slots there. My friend's been coming over on Mondays, and he's working on the Como roundhouse. It's going to be a little different color than this. It's a stone building. This is a stone building, but this is cut stone. The stone they used for the Como roundhouse was mainly field stone. I don't know that you can see maybe you can see, yeah, if I get up there close enough, you can see that that's random stone. This looks like it's got chicken pox, but once it's weathered and stuff, it should look pretty good. Whereas the roundhouse I'm working on here, which was the Colorado Midland roundhouse, was a cut stone, much more square stone. It's looking pretty good. Now, the one thing that was missing from this kit when I got it was the template for the main kit, which is these 2 sides here. I've got the template for the one in the middle, the add-on kit, but it doesn't really help me so much with placement on the other roof supports. Those aren't near tall enough. Oh, that's the back one. That's why. Dang. Don't mind me. I'm just here for the beer. I'm still not tall enough. I'm just going to go way back. I have to go way back there. That's not right. May have to rethink those, because those should be about right there, and that's going to be too. That's going to be too low. This one will be about right. But that one's going to be too low, I got a feeling. And these that I had built for the other part. Same length. You may have to think that through. If I have to, I'll raise them up on little footers or something. Yeah, they're not going to be too terribly far off. That'll work. It'll be roughly like that, and then there'll be another set back here at the back for roof support. If I can get those in there without breaking them. Go pretty close to that location. Oh, come on now, quit falling over. There we go. That's roughly what it's going to look like. Oh, and then do that. Yeah, Steve's still making noise. Yes, Leslie, this is a standard gauge roundhouse, but I'm going to be using it as a narrow gauge roundhouse. None of the standard gauge on my layout will be going into the yard other than on the main line. So, and they won't have a terminus. It's strictly a loop-to-loop, continuous running kind of thing. And then this one and the Como roundhouse will sit over just a little bit to the side of this one on the turntable in the main yard that I have. The one town on the top level will have probably just a 2-stall engine house. Yeah, Les, these are model masterpiece kits, and they are really nice kits. Model masterpieces is what the kits are, and I don't think they're made anymore. I think you just have to find people that either have one they've never built, or a hobby shop that's got new old stock, something like that. This is one of the doors that go on the front. They're arched doors. They give you all that, and then of course I've got all the chimneys that would be sitting where the smoke would be going out through there, so it didn't get into the fill up the roundhouse with the smoke from the stacks. I will detail it out at a later date. If and when I ever get to that point. But I don't know if you saw, I was getting ready to put the, I was getting ready to finish the roof, which I did, the decking for the roof, which I did get. And it'll get sandpaper on here that'll be stained like tar paper roof, which is what this roundhouse actually had on it. Anyway, yeah, it's coming along. It took a while to paint, only because it didn't take as long as the Como roundhouse. My friend's still painting on it because you saw the different colors on the stone, the different stones. So it's taken a lot longer to paint than this one did. This one, I put the gray wash on it. Then I just took, because I was going to do all the stone the same color. The instructions tell you to paint each stone individually. I thought there's no way I'm doing that. And so what I did was I just took a sponge brush like this and just barely brushed it in the, or dabbed it in the burnt sienna, which is what this color is. And almost like a dry brush technique, except a little bit more paint than that, but real careful not to push into the stone. And so that it didn't get into the joints, and then just barely brush it across the face of the stone until you get the look you want. And it's worked really well. I like how it turned out. And then I came back and did a charcoal and alcohol wash on the outside, but you got to wait until this acrylic paint, hobby paint is finished, not finished, dry, cured, before you try to do the wash. Otherwise, you start taking off the acrylic paint with the alcohol, especially when you go to blot it, because I do a lot of blotting when I'm putting that kind of a weathering on it. But yeah, I'm real happy with the way it's turned out so far. I put it on the quarter-inch masonite, not masonite, sorry, quarter-inch MDF board. That's the brown board you see here. And the reason I did that was so I could build it down here in the shop instead of up on the layout. The instructions tell you to build it in place. And I thought, no, I'm going to lay it out what I need. I don't know if you can see the track centers on here, but I've got those laid out so I can put the arches in, get the arches right. And I've got my 2 inspection pits that I've got that'll sit in there, and they'll be recessed in the layout sub road bed. But I had cork sitting on top of the ply, the sheet cork, and it's quarter-inch thick. So I just cut out around around this. I cut the cork out and peeled it back off. This will go up there now and just set in place. And then I'll put the track and stuff in once I get it up there. Like I say, I'm real happy with it. It's turned out to be pretty much what I expected when I bought the kit. And I got the kit on eBay. So I don't think they make these anymore. Oh, Steve is still grinding away over there. He's going to smooth that step bit completely out, trying to get those holes drilled. Aren't you, Steve? And of course, I guess everybody knows Steve's working on his 1.5-inch 440 American, so we can get it ready for the triennial at Train Mountain next year. Lee's on the bench too, huh? What are you working on, Lee? Okay. Well, I think. Let's see. These doors on here, they actually have a way for you to install them so that they will swing, but I'm just going to have mine open all the time. I don't think I'm going to have them where they can move back and forth. Just more trouble than it's worth. It was a pretty tedious process to put the hinges in. They give you a length of wire. You're supposed to cut it an 1/8 inch long. I put a 90-degree bend in that. Put part of it in the stone, drill a hole in the stonework at the hinge point, and then set your doors on it. And boy, if you didn't get everything just right, you see those hinges on there? They're not very big. Oh, I'm about to lose my phone camera. Let's see if I've got it. Oh! So I'll have to bring it from the other side now. I have to move this. Let's see. There we go. That should save her. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to get the plug on my phone before it went dead. Oh, look what else I got to do on this before I put those in there. Let's see, I need to do that. That looked pretty good. This is a boiler, a steam boiler, from the same company. It's just as an extra. And it's funny because the main part of this is dental stone, but it's a solid piece with the brick embossed or carved on it, I guess, molded on it. And then you just add the details to the outside. Pretty easy kit to do. But it's the dental stone block with the brick on it, and then all the parts are white cast metal. And it even comes with some piping and stuff to it. I haven't decided where I'm going to put that yet. It's probably going to go up near the mine section of the layout, where I'll have all the mines and stuff. Leslie, are you talking about the roundhouse, or are you talking about the boiler? Ooh, lunch is served. Thank you.
That's obviously a different one.
That's good.
They didn't have that kind when we bought it, so anyway,
Oh.
it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Where's mine, Brenda?
I'm going to eat yours.
Oh man.
Anyway, Leslie, I don't know if you're talking about the roundhouse or the boiler. As far as the specific prototype, the roundhouse was Colorado Midland from Colorado City. The boiler, I don't know that it's a specific type. I think it's a general type of steam boiler. You have to go on a power plant, a powerhouse. Want to set up. Ooh, this looks good.
Oh, stop it.
I'm eating from there, buddy. So, did you get your holes done?
No, I burned up a bit.
I figured that's probably what you were doing, rounding that sucker off.
Now I'm going to find out if I can sharpen one. All I got to do is get it one more step down. I don't have to buy a bit just for that. I had to put Des inside and open up the front door, man. It was getting so smoky in here I couldn't see.
Well, scene's overrated anyway. This is a frozen pizza,
Knock it off.
but by the time she gets done putting extra stuff on it, you'd never know it.
You ever do those Boboli pizzas?
Who?
Boboli? It's a shell that you buy at the store and then you
Oh, yeah.
make your own pizzas.
This one's different than we normally get. I don't know what kind this is. We usually get, for the frozen pizzas that we have for a snack or lunch or something like that, it's just a, trying to remember what company we get, what brand it is. But it's a thin pizza. It's fairly crisp when you get done with it. This one's not that. This one's more like a deep dish pizza. Okay, Les, here's a picture of this model that somebody did. Actually, it's two pictures. One looks like it's got all the add-on stalls to it that you can buy for it. And then the bottom picture is the original 4-stall kit. Let's see. It'd be better. That's the 4-stall kit. That's the main kit. And then there's somebody's built one with all the extra stalls that you can get for it. And then on the inside of this page is an actual picture of the prototype. And it's kind of hard to see. That's the original building there. Just a few minutes ago, Steve.
I just muted myself. What?
Steve Anderson wanted to know when
Oh.
lunch showed up. I told him just a few minutes ago. Good, Roy. Now, if I get him to send it to me, we'll be in good shape. Somebody else asked something. Oh, Leslie said he would love to ride behind your loco when it's finished and when it makes sense to travel. Well, Roy, or Les, he's trying to get it done for the triennial next June. And I'm going to be up there just a few days after that finishes. And for anybody that wants to make it, we're going to do a formal meet and greet, informal meet and greet. And it's going to be on a Tuesday. It's not on a weekend. I'm not sure how easy it would be to get rooms around there during the triennial because they get a lot of people. Steve says normally they get people from Australia and England, and they ship their locos over and then they run them at Green Mountain, which sounds kind of crazy to me, but that's true, Les. It's really crazy right now. And it changes every day. So, yeah, it's really tough. I'm going over there, over to where Steve is, halfway across the country for me. But I'm driving. So, but even with that, I'll have to check at all the hotels and stuff where we're going to be staying along the way and on the way back, and see what's happening. When I made the reservations this last summer, it was looking pretty good, but as they change stuff, who knows? Everybody's running around like Chicken Little saying the sky's falling, so you never know what's going to happen. I don't know where Steve ran to. But anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be gone for about 5 minutes. Well, somebody walked by. Is that you, Steve? Oh, I can't unmute him because he muted himself. Okay. Okay. But anyway, give me 5 minutes. I'll be right back. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Steve's still not back. Yeah, Les, it was Colorado City, Colorado. It was a standard gauge line. That railroad ran. It was all standard gauge from what I understand. But I'll be using it as a narrow gauge roundhouse. And it was a standard gauge roundhouse, and I'm looking at it going, there's not a lot of room there to get in those doors. It's really a fairly tight fit. And a HO locomotive, I'm not sure some of the HO locomotives I've got would fit in there, although most of the ones I have are probably later than what that roundhouse would have been. I'm not sure when the prototype well, the track plan I showed was at 1900. So my guess is this was built, this railroad was 1880s, 90s in there when it was first built. And the plan it shows here, this is 1900 on this plan. Okay, let's see. I know what I need to do next is cut some shingles. Get out the old paper cutter.
Well, I'm gonna have to buy a new bit. I tried to burn through it, and I can't do it.
Did you use a hammer?
Yeah, I only got to get about another 1/16 of an inch, but it's almost welding it. I'm seriously burning through it.
Yeah. Oh, I believe you. Enough friction on it, that won't like it, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll keep working at it. It might work. I don't know. I got to get it just a little bit bigger.
A good line there, but I'm gonna let that lay. Okay, Daniel, take care. cutting these into 4-foot strips to simulate the tar paper. And this is a 220 grit sandpaper. I have found that it usually makes the best looking tar paper after you stain it. Oh, don't put your finger in there. That doesn't feel good. Well, I tried to chop the end of it off. I certainly did. Thank goodness it got my nail and not my finger. The skin would have cut me. This thing's pretty sharp. Uh-oh. That's one I missed. That'd have been the one my finger was in. Let's take that 3 at a time. Yeah, it is, Steve. You really got to pay attention. And I even thought about it before I did that. I still almost got myself. I just made some 20-foot strips, and then these are 16-foot long, and that leaves these not quite 10 feet long, but it uses all the sandpaper, so I'm not losing material by staying strictly to the 20-foot roll. And I'm not even sure back then what length of roll they would have come in. The instructions say 8 by 4 by 8, but I'm thinking, I don't think it would have been in sheets, 4 by 8 sheets, and an 8-foot roll wouldn't be very long. And after all, I'm not after contest grade. I just want it to look relatively real. And I'm not as worried about whether or not it's exactly scale. Okay, one more batch on this one. And I'll start laying the courses on there. Come on. And, Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too, Les. I don't, and they would have had to been closed early because I put a C19 in this. If I set it in there, the tender just barely goes in where they could shut the door. And that's a C19. So they would have had to been, that at the biggest. And that's a narrow gauge C19. So they would have had to either put extensions on it or just leave the doors open, which, Colorado City is not really it's not high in the mountains at all. Elevation is up there a little bit, but it's not like it's up at 10,000 feet or at 8,000 feet. I'm not sure what the elevation of Colorado City is, but it's downstream from the higher elevations for sure. And they would still get pretty good snows there from time to time, I'm sure.
Hey, should I take this bit back to Harbor Freight, you think? Think they'll exchange it?
Did you file on that?
It's too hard. I couldn't get it to go. I burned through it.
They might take it back.
It'd have been, yeah, maybe. It'd been quicker if I'd have just gone in and got a new bit. That was a pain in the ass.
You want trying to file it?
No. No, I got it burned through. Man, we still got 5 people in here. Wow. Hi, Leslie, Steve. I said hi to Steve. Roy, yeah. Daniel Banks. Yeah.
Daniel had to go, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think Lee is still here. He's working on something, so he may still be here.
Well, it says 5 and we're 2, so that's 3. God.
I don't know if you looked at that pizza I had.
Nah.
Brenda said it was a regular pepperoni pizza before she got a hold of it.
Wow. I didn't want to see it. It's not fair. My grandmother always said, if you don't have enough for everybody, you can't have it.
I thought that was the teacher.
Yeah. Did you see that somebody torched the Christmas tree in front of Fox last night?
Really?
Yeah, downtown Union Square, 30-foot tree.
Oh, well, what are you going to do?
Oh, my God. Okay, I got to grind on this. Okay, I'm going to make a little bit more noise.
Thinking. That's annoying. Roy, yeah. Well, sometimes it's not too bad. I kept thinking he was going to get done pretty quick, but obviously I was wrong. Yeah, that works much better with CA because then it sticks immediately. And I can move to the next piece. I like the Aleene's tacky glue, fabric glue, because it sets up so fast usually, but for a white glue, it sets up fast. But for this application, I want something a little quicker. And that works really well. CA, you glue paper with CA to wood, and it just, you stick it down and it's there.
Well, that's a cruise hole, but it'll work.
Roy Elton was wondering how I could sit there while you were doing that.
Because you're used to it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now to see if this goes all the way through. Okay. I guess I'll flip it over.
What time does UPS get to your house? Hey, Arnold.
Hey, what?
What time does UPS get to your house?
They said by 9. They could be here.
By 9 tonight.
Yeah. I think it'd be here. Let me walk out and see if the body will be here. I doubt it. Nope, not here. No, they'll probably come tonight, and then Sheila's going to go, well, what the hell are those, and how much did they cost?
Brendan knows better than to ask those kind of questions.
Oh, one more plate. Okay. So now I need to mark those. With my Sharpie, which I have no idea where it is. Ouch, there it is. There's still a few burrs on it.
Yeah. Well, you saw I almost cut my end of my finger off with that damn paper cutter.
No, don't do that.
I know.
No, I get so many bangs and nicks and cuts, I just like, oh, move on.
Oh, yeah.
I slit the end of my finger yesterday. I was too busy out here working, so I just stuck a latex glove on it. It worked pretty good, actually. Okay, so that means that it's going to cut right there. I really didn't want to have to cut this frame.
I understand that. I don't know how you're going to get around it, though.
There was just no way. No way at all. Wrong size. Shit, where is it? Nope, that's not it. Oh, there it is. Dogs are inside going, what the hell's happening? I go to potty and he won't come back in. Where'd my marks go? Oh, that's right. It's on this plate.
My uncle used to say if he's up your ass kicking a field goal, you know what it was.
Oh, yeah. I could do that. Sharpie, where did you go?
I don't know, Bernard. I think you've given up on it.
What's that?
Oh, and then he wants to know if I don't have any Android. No, I don't have any Android. I think the Hobby Town here has it, but no, I'm not using Android though. In fact, I don't think I've ever used Android on anything. Although I know the people that have used it in the past love the stuff. I bet your dad used Android, didn't he, Steve?
Possibly. If he did, he didn't tell me. What is Ambroid anyway? I don't know.
It's a glue.
Oh,
I've never personally used it, so I can't tell you much about it other than I know it supposedly has a distinctive smell.
it's cold out here now with the door open.
Don't get me away from Band-Aids. Roy says, "Yep, get in the zone at building things, and blood and skin being cut off can't get in your way. Band-Aids, duct tape, or gloves fixes the problem for the time being." I don't know how many times my dad and I both have take a piece of Kleenex or a toilet paper or paper towel, wrap around the cut, and then duct tape it.
Yep.
That's a rite of passage, I think, right there.
And they're done that.
Yep. Just stop the blood flow. That's all you're doing. Yeah, well, you done cutting now? That boy can make more noise in one day than a teenage girl. I was muting you.
You muting me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're being noisy.
No respect. I'm gonna go out on an ankle grinder, so I'm probably gonna make some more noise.
No doubt.
I gotta steal my extension cord. I used almost a whole bottle of cutting fluid on that.
Sounds like you're falling out of a tool tree or something.
Tripping over stuff.
Or climbing up on a tool cabinet and it's falling over.
No, don't do that.
Whoa. Back to the dentist. Ain't Les left too. I didn't miss Les leaving. Hey, Steve,
Hey, Claude.
we've been on here 3.5 hours, man.
I know I've been working.
Well, what I'm thinking is we probably ought to get off because we're gonna use up all our hours.
Oh, yeah. That's
We
fine.
only get. It's actually quite a bit, but it's. I can't remember exactly how many it was now, and we only use a couple a week, other than doing the beans. But
No, that's fine. Okay.
and I'm sure people are getting bored of watching me do this and you grind on stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. All
He's
right.
leaving. Roy's gone. Leslie's gone. Roy, Container Man. I don't know if he's. I think he's still here.
Well, he's got no.
Bernard's still here. But yeah, guys, I think we're going to call an end to it.
I probably ought to get my dogs out anyway.
Yeah, and I'm sure the wife's going to have me have something for me to do here in a minute. I can feel it coming. But anyway, thanks for showing up, guys, and have a good rest of the week.
I should have an update soon, hopefully.
Yeah, if I'd quit building on stuff, I could get up and do an update on mine. I really need to. It's been 3 months. So anyway, hopefully I'll get that out this week. So anyway, you guys take care. We'll see y'all later.
Okay. Bye. Ugh.